Hello, pattern readers. I've decided to talk about some season 2 casting leaks for the Wheel of Time TV show today. I don't often do videos specifically on unconfirmed castings, but these latest ones are really fun to speculate about. And there's a decent chance we won't have any official casting announcements for a while, so I wanted to have some fun. Now, the first part of this video where I talk about the actresses in question will be spoiler-free. Later, when I start to speculate about who they might be playing, there will be some book spoilers, so I will warn you at that point. First up is a young British actress named Ceara Coveney. She was brought to fans' attention when Priyanka Bose, who plays Alayne Trakand, posted and then quickly deleted this photo of Ceara hanging out with other Wheel of Time actors. Now, it could be that she was just hanging out with friends, except it's awfully suspicious that Priyanka had to delete it so quickly. We also have some reporting from John at What Up that some local people have told him they definitely saw Ceara on set as well, so it's almost certain she is in the cast. Let's talk more about what we know about Ceara as an actress before I speculate on who she might be playing. There's pretty limited information out there. She has a profile on Backstage.com where her age range appearance is listed as 17 to 24. She graduated from University of Northampton with a 3-year BA degree in 2018. University usually starts at 18 plus in the UK, which would put Ceara at about the upper end of that range, 24 years old. She has some professional theater experience and some experience with a few short films, but she is pretty much a total unknown. She does have a show reel out there, and I'm going to share a little bit of it with you.
You're just sour because your old man's faster than you.
How many times did I overlap you?
I was letting you.
5, 6 times.
I was letting her.
Knees together, young lady.
You know he means well.
Telling me to shut my legs.
He didn't mean it like that.
Does he think I spread them in the first place? Stop asking me if I'm okay.
We just want to help you.
Help me what?
He's been in for 6 months, Liz.
And he'll be locked up for years. I wish I hadn't gone to the police. At least then you'd leave me alone.
What do you want? Do you feel better about yourself then? Do you need me to feel better about yourself? For heaven's sake.
You have issues. Do you talk to anyone?
I'm talking to you.
It's not my job.
Right.
The link for the full video is in the description if you want to check that out. And now I want to introduce the second actress for season 2 who has been leaked. Danish actress Salle Salée. In this case, her agent announced that she was traveling from Denmark to Prague for an upcoming Amazon Sony series. And they also list the unnamed international TV series on her profile. We also have some reporting from Redanian intelligence, who have previously leaked some cast members for season 1, and they report that she has been in Prague since July 2021, which was when filming began for season 2. That means whoever she is, she probably makes her debut in the first couple episodes of the season. Like Ceara, Sal has theater experience as well. She will also appear in 2 upcoming Danish TV series and has done 1 feature film. So she is also very much an unknown at this point. She has a university BA acting degree, which she completed in 2019, which puts her at a very similar age, perhaps around 23 years old. She has a few different show reels out there, and I'll also show you some highlights and post some links for you.
Remember, you promised you'd come back.
Promise.
Billy? I just want you to know, I think I think you're the sweetest guy in the whole world. And the most handsome. And I love you.
I have an idea. Now, bear with me, because this is gonna sound kind of crazy.
You are crazy. That's why you're here.
Rumor has it that there are guys out there that like sniffing dirty underwear. And I'm thinking that they would be extra interested if they came from lady psychos.
Oh my god.
You're sitting on a gold mine. Oh, no, it sounds nuts, doesn't it? It made sense in my head.
Are you kidding?
What?
This is brilliant.
Okay, how many girls do we need?
Only a few. We don't have any customers yet. Okay. We need a mule to carry them out of here.
Yes, panty mule.
Someone gullible and insecure enough to be flattered that you'd pick him.
Now I want to get into some speculation about which roles these actresses might be playing. And because there's a lot of similarity in their age, their experience, and even their type, there's a lot of overlap in the suggestions. So I'm going to run through a list of possibilities and then try to narrow it down from there with some clues that we have. And it really runs the gamut because we've seen with some of the other major actors in the show that a lot of them are young and relatively unknown. So of course they could be playing a major role or a minor one. Now, this is where I will have to include some book spoilers through Book 3, The Dragon Reborn. I'll mention some characters that appear in these books. I'll make reference to some major events and when they might take place, and even a reveal or two. So be forewarned if you haven't read that far. The first major possibility is Elayne, daughter heir of Andor, who we are likely to be introduced to as a novice or accepted in the White Tower at the beginning of season 2. It's also possible that either or both of these actresses could be playing less prominent novices or accepted in the White Tower in a more minor role. They could either of them also be playing an Aes Sedai. Even though they are a bit young, because of the ageless appearance of Aes Sedai, there's quite probably a wide range of ages that they might consider for actresses in such roles. Another prominent character we meet in Book 2 is Selene, aka Lanfear. She, of course, appears very young when we first meet her, though in reality, she is far older. To be honest, for that casting, I really hope they look for an actress who's more in her 30s to 40s. I'd love for there to be some sense of age, even if she appears younger at times. And neither of them particularly look like Lanfear. Of course, hair color can easily be changed, but age is the bigger deal for me. And then in both of their show reels, I just didn't really get a vibe for that character particularly. So I would lean heavily against that idea. I've seen a few other suggestions for Morghese, Elayne's mother, Queen of Andor. I also tend to think that they're both too young for that role. Another young female character we are likely to meet in season 2 is Faile. Now, I have seen literally no one suggest that part for either of these actresses, and I have to agree. Neither of them really have the right look. The description for Faile would lend itself more towards an Asian actress or Middle Eastern actress, and come on, we've got to have that bold nose, which they just don't have. Perhaps an Aiel. We'll almost certainly meet some of the more prominent Aiel in season 2. Though I don't know if we will necessarily see them in the first couple of episodes, it's a possibility. Avienda is the biggest role among that group, but we also have other maidens such as Bane and Chiad to consider. I suppose wise ones are a possibility, though again, they both seem a little on the young side, and both of them do have a little bit of an Aiel type look. I've also seen Brigitta suggested, specifically for Sal, and this would also be a little bit early to meet her, but not out of the question if they decided to introduce her in Teleron Riyadh before she is called by the horn. Finally, there are any number of Shan-Chan characters that we are likely to meet in season 2. Most notable in The Great Hunt are Surath and Egyanin. There are certainly others that could be introduced early. I don't really have anything much to say about those ideas except that it's just not what I had pictured. But there might be a clue that we have that could point away from the idea of it being Shan-Chan. Redanian intelligence. which reported on the casting of Sal, suggests that she may have been filming with Madeline Madden, who plays Egwene, and Kate Fleetwood, who plays Leandrin, though even they say to take it with a grain of salt. I tend to think the first couple of episodes in the season is probably too early to have Egwene and Leandrin interacting with Shan-Chan, or even Aiel for that matter. This is based on my overall speculative outline for season 2, which I covered in this video, so you might want to check that out if you need more of an overview of what I think we might see from season 2. I do think in season 2 we will see the Shan-Chan throughout, but I do think that Egwene's capture is likely to happen towards the second half of the season, and that's probably more likely when she would meet some Aiel as well, not right away. So I could be wrong, but this is my speculation and it just doesn't quite fit. We have some clues for Ceara as well. And if you watched Wadup's video on that topic, you'll know that there are some unnamed sources in Prague who believe they saw Ceara on set and recognized her as an actress that they believed was playing Elayne. So that makes Elayne the most likely guess for Ceara. But to be fair, let's say they saw a redheaded actress wearing a novice dress who was on set. They might have assumed she was playing Elayne, when in fact she could be playing another novice or accepted. So we should certainly take it with a little grain of salt. I would say if Ceara is not playing Elayne, however, it's almost certain that she would be playing another novice or accepted, or smaller chance she's playing an Aes Sedai. And it would fit with her being in a photo with Madeline and Zoe, which was posted by Priyanka. If Ceara is not playing Elayne, then I could just as easily see Sal in the role. And it would make sense for Elayne to be in scenes with Egwene and Leandrin as well. For that little tidbit of info, I would say it's also a better bet to say that Sal is playing someone in the White Tower, maybe another novice or accepted, or even an Aes Sedai. But I'm willing to think a little bit outside the box here because I think that the Brigitte idea is fun, and I could see a possibility where maybe there is a Teleron Riyadh scene that could include all three of those actresses. I think the Aiel possibility I also can't completely rule out. Let's say that that bit of information about her filming with Madeline and Kate Fleetwood was wrong, or they're changing things up a little bit more than I think they might be to somehow have the Aiel interact with those actresses sooner. So if I'm having the most fun with these castings, I'm going to imagine that Ceara is playing Elayne and Sal is playing Brigitte. But it's also just as likely that Sal is playing another novice or accepted in the White Tower, and perhaps Ceara is as well. I'm also having fun just imagining what the show might be able to do with wigs or hair dye. Let's say that Ceara wears a curly strawberry blonde wig to play Elayne and Sal dyes her hair red to play Aviendha. They could end up looking so different. So I don't really like to get too hung up on those kinds of personal details. And that's why I'm really looking forward to eventually seeing some character images. I'm most excited to see Hamid Anamashon as Loyal, because actually getting to see and hear what an Ogier looks and sounds like is going to be awesome. Which are the characters that you're most dying to see all the way made up in hair, costume, and everything? Who would you cast these actresses as, and who do you think they're most likely playing? I tend to think we're not going to get any official casting news until we're closer to season 1, possibly even after, though I'd love to be wrong. On the other hand, I'm hoping that within a month, we're going to be into that big marketing push for season 1, and so we'll have lots to talk about, from a trailer to cast and character photos and more. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more Wheel of Time TV show news as it comes. I plan to do a speculation video talking about how I think season 1 will end based on everything we know about production soon. So turn on notifications so you don't miss that one and more. And until next time, gird your loins, my friends.